Burkina Faso did amazing against South Africa. They matched South Africans' energy. I'm still trying to wrap my head around is how South Africans came through this one, because how that first goal came in is what I do not understand. Although they had issues in their squad, they really had problems with tactical finishing. They had problems with balancing the ball. Also, they had problems with working together as a team, right? Aside from these problems, they're good to go. They held South Africa down. South Africa was just on the lucky side. They played with confidence, they were organized, but couldn't break through. The biggest thing missing was a clinical finisher. Like I said, they had tactical problems. They had problems with balancing the ball. They had problems with communicating with each other as well. But the biggest thing in their squad that I noticed was a clinical finisher. They didn't have anyone to score that decisive goal for them. They didn't have anyone to head the ball. They didn't have anyone to create shots on target. They didn't have anyone to make a counter attack for them, and they just kept going. Although they kept going, kept fighting, kept pushing, but the goals wasn't there because the team wasn't complete. Actually helped South Africans. South Africans were lucky that they got that first goal. Like I said, the biggest thing missing was a clinical finisher. Also, they created promising moments, but lacked the player to convert these changes into goals. Once they solve that problem, they'll become a much more complete and dangerous side. They have the squad, they have everything, but these things that I mentioned were the things that I felt they really lacked. And they need to do more, do better if they want to come back bigger, stronger, and better. Yeah.